Hi and welcome back. This is going to be a summary of two variable stats using a TI-83 calculator. The first thing you're going to have to do is clear the home screen of the calculator. And then you're going to enter your sets of data. We're going to use the numbers 10, 12, 13, 20, 18, and 17 into L1, then 23, 21, 25, 30, 32, and 40 in L2, along with 4, 1, 6, 5, 9, and 2 in L3.
And enter those three sets of data. That's what it should look like on your screen. Um, then what we'll do is we'll run like a two variable stat test, calculate all those. All you gotta do is go back, hit stat, calculate. You can see a picture at the top right. Run a two var stats, and once you do that, you hit enter, and it'll give you all kinds of information. If the data that you want to use is the L1 and L2, that's usually a default. I found that some people like to just punch it in anyway. So after you hit two var stats, you'll just hit second one comma second two, and you'll see L1 comma L2 show up on your calculator. Kind of similar to this right here, but it is what it is. Uh, Now, if you want to use list 2 and 3, you just hit second L2, comma second L3, and it'll run two variable stats. Now, here's some data here. X bar would be the mean. That was from list 1. Okay, it gives you our sample standard deviation, which is 7.00. And then our population standard deviation, 6.39. Sorry about that. And then also there's our L2 data set, Y bar, which is basically the mean of our second set of data, and it gives us our population standard deviation as well as our sample standard deviation. Here's a list of kind of some notation that you might see on the calculator. Can't really make it look exactly like the calculator on the PowerPoint here. N is the sample size. That's also given in a 2 var stats as well as a 1 var stats. Just many different things that they give you. I know 1 var stats will give you the first quartile, the third quartile, and the median of just one set of data. Now, 2 var stats don't really do that. Again, right here, kind of an explanation of what's given. Population mean is not given, but we use the symbol mu for population mean. Variance is not going to be shown, so what you'd want to do is just define the mean. You just square the standard deviation. All right, guys, we're going to have a little look-see here. I'm going to show you how to enter this data uh, on the TI-83 Plus, and we'll find information such as the sample size, the standard deviation, and the mean. Now I'm going to enter 3 different sets of data. I'm going to use 6 numbers in each set, just like I went over in the example in the PowerPoint. So what we're going to do first is click on Stat and go straight to Edit. Alright, and I'm going to enter in my numbers. I have 33, enter. I'm going to enter in 25. Just keep hitting enter. Go through each data set that you have and complete it. I got 16 there. We'll punch in 5, enter, 3, enter, 2, enter. So there's my 6 numbers in my first set of data. Now I'm going to scroll over, just hit the right cursor button, and enter in your second set of data. So I'll hit 12, enter, 28, enter, 23. I'm just picking random numbers, guys, just as a note. 31, and let's go 4. Okay, now we're going to enter in our third set of data, which is going to be, let's go with 17, 49, 1. I'm keeping my numbers in between 1 and 50, just so for practical purposes. 7, enter, and then we have 14. Okay, now I'm going to enter. Now, I like to hit second mode and quit. Just something I like to do. Get back to the home screen. Let's go to hit stat. Hit your stat button. I'm going to go to calculate. Okay. Now, if you remember in the previous lesson, we went here to find a line of regression. Okay. This same menu will have the 2 variable stats. It's the second item on the menu. I'm going to hit enter. I'm sorry, guys, I knocked over something. And by default, it will find, all the information we're looking at for the first 2 lists if I just hit enter. So this was list 1, the X. There's my mean. Okay. There's my sample standard deviation. There's my standard deviation for the population. And if I want to scroll down, okay, there's my mean for that list 2. And there's our standard deviations and our number of data, our sample size. You can keep scrolling down. It'll tell you the highest and lowest numbers in each data set if you wish to look at it. Now, if you want to find list 2 and list 3 or any combination, okay, I can just kind of clear the home screen, go to stat again, calculate, okay, go to 2 variable stats again. Now you can manually select by hitting second. Let's say we want list 1 and list 3. I'm going to hit second 1, the number 1 on the calculator, and you'll see L1 right here. Separate it with a comma. I would sing a song, but it's not really that important right now. Second, let's go with list 3. Okay, now this is going to calculate the same information with those 2 lists, and I'll hit enter there. Okay. So there's our X bar, or mean, okay, standard deviation for the sample size. If it's a population, okay, there's that. Standard deviation there. There's our sample size. Scroll down. Here's the list 3. Okay, mean for the Y. Standard deviations. There's our symbols there. And you can keep scrolling and finding your highest and lowest numbers. So, hopefully, if you have any trouble with this, just stop, pause, rewind, go back, and follow the steps again. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Later.